What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a special edition of the Nemesis Gaming League Season 10 playoffs as we're here on a Friday night. Not the norm, but we got 4 banger matchups, which is pretty normal on the stream here tonight. So we are ready to go. I'm Rockerman in the booth, joined by Mr. Mallow. Mallow, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. I can't wait to get started. We're starting with a banger of a matchup here with Wisps and at night. Oh man, Novice League. We're gonna see some non-Novice League type stuff here in this match, I feel, and I can't wait to get started.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good one. I am very excited as well. We haven't had too many novice matchups. I'm going to quickly pull up the bracket before we get into this one, just to take a little peek. We haven't had too many novice playoff matchups. Only the one from way back on Monday. Seems like so long ago. Me and Mallow were talking a little about that before with Frost taking down Diffusion. But Mallow, what do you make of this bracket as we have the 1 versus 8 seed matchup going on
Oh,
tonight?
being a Genesis player myself, I do not envy the top half of that bracket at all. I'm so glad we got the third seed. Wisps Ignite, I think that's going to be a banger. We're going to be surprised. I feel like it. During Monday's matchup, we saw a pretty good matchup between Frost and Diffusion, but unfortunately, Diffusion wasn't able to come out with the victory there as the lower seed. Frost was proven to be too much, proven to why they're the number 2 seed. Then, of course, we have Vikings and Ninjas coming tomorrow night at 8, I believe it is. I can't wait to see what we have tonight because we got 2 novice matchups and both of them are going to be great.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be a good one. But we got a good one online here. The Wisps versus Ignite. Wisps going undefeated in the regular season. Only team in Nemesis this season to go 18-0. Actually, the second team only in Nemesis history to go 18-0. And they're trying to do what the last team, the Krakens, could not. From a couple seasons ago, trying to go 21-0, win it all the way here. But we'll have to see. They're going up against an Ignite squad that swept their way through the play-in tournaments, so they're already used to this postseason action. But it looks like we got them all in the lobby here. The prediction is up. People are putting in their channel points, I know. So make sure you guys get those in real quick. I got to give a couple of quick shout outs. I was pulling up the chat there. I got shout out Jarhead coming back with the resub, and then Cow Tato gifting a sub to Crystallize as well. So thank you guys. Much love for the support, and also Control Alt Elite coming back for 13 months. So thank you guys for the subs. Much appreciated, getting us hyped for this one here tonight. And yeah, the predictions are down here, Mallow. The teams are in the lobby. What do you think is going to happen to this one? Is it going to be the Wisps continuing their undefeated run, or can Ignite pull off the upset?
Uh, you know the inner me wants to see Ignite pull out an upset here, right? Like that would be the best case scenario for just about everyone. Defeat the what was it, the Patriots in whatever year it was, and go on and knock them out of the playoffs. But I it, it's going to be hard to bet against the Wisps here. I'm going to go with them, but the thing is, I just don't know what it might be. Will we get game 7? We'll see. I certainly hope we do either way.
Yeah, definitely. We are going to have to see, as looks like we are going to get things underway here in game number 1. And Tripwire is already going to start out with the first goal, knocking that one in the back of the net.
All right, that is a fantastic start here by the Ignite. What a pass there by Alpaca, getting it past 2 of the defenders of Wisps, and we're already starting to see a very exciting matchup here early on.
Yeah, definitely so, as able to knock that one into the back of the net. So a very solid start there for Ignite. And Mallow, it's one thing that we talked about so far in the playoffs, but Ignite, they've already got some postseason matches under their belt, whereas Ignite has already got some postseason matches under their belt, whereas the Wisps, they have not played in quite a time.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that you can see about that is the teams that tend to not get a lot of reps in during that time may have a little bit more trouble catching up, and so they could be caught by surprise by the lower seeded teams. And Ignite is someone you definitely don't want to sleep on here, as we watch them on defense here. But yeah, I can't see how Ignite would tap out early here. They're going to make them fight for it.
Yeah, definitely so. We're going to have to see. What's going to happen here is we're into this game number 1. And Ignite versus Wisps. Ignite with that early first goal here. Trying to start things off strong. Alpaca gonna find a 50 in the midfield. Vokes gonna bang this one off the backboard. This one up high. Ace trying to get to it, but Nyquil gonna send that one down. Blocked up by Blitz. Alpaca trying to send it down in the corner here. Looking to make something happen here. Is Alpaca trying to drive it in. As Tripwire gonna turn it back around off the post there. Opportunity for a shot there, but that one's gonna be cleared away. And a tough break there. Ignite could have gone up 2-0. And Mallow, one of these things when you're playing an undefeated team like the Wisps here, you gotta make every opportunity count.
Yeah, you can't make any mistakes, and you need to take opportunity of any mistake made by the Wisps. And I think one of the biggest things that the Wisps have an issue with is defense. Like if you put the pressure on really hard and you take away that boost control from them, they have a hard time adjusting to that. And that's kind of what we saw with the first goal there. What the Ignite team do here is, going to be totally up to them as far as if they can continue this lead or if Wisps tie it up. But we're about halfway in now, and what a demo there by Nyquil as we continue here. And Rocker Man, the Wisp team, they're kind of looking a little desperate on defense.
Yeah, they are a little bit, but they're gonna find a goal back here. Blitz is gonna put it in and tie things up.
Of course, I say that, and then they get some bangers going on the opposite direction. Alpaca not able to clear it out to the side, and Blitz able to follow it up and knock it in to the goal, making it 1-1, 2:15 remaining. And we got Vokes versus Nyquil on the kickoff here. And Rocker Man, it's a really fast-paced matchup so far, but we've seen a lot of pressure by Ignite and not a lot on the Wisp side. They are tied 2 shots apiece, but it does seem like it's been going in Ignite's favor so far.
Yeah, definitely so. As looks like we finally got the overlays back, so apologies about that one, folks, but we're able to get that one all sorted and back up for you. So now you guys can see exactly what we're working with. Wisp versus Ignite, Ace, Blitz, and Vokes. And on the Ignite side, Alpaca, Nyquil, and Tripwire. But yeah, Ignite has definitely had some good momentum to start things off here in game 1 of this best of 7. We'll see if they can carry it on. Here's a nice little pass coming up, opportunity for a shot, but gonna be thrown to the back post there. As Ace looking to send this one down, gonna find a 50 in the midfield. Tripwire on the control, gonna get it around Vokes. His Blitz, he's gonna find one touch, drop it down. Ace gonna make the turn here. Blitz gonna try to help him out with it, but that's just a double commit. Vokes versus Alpaca, an opportunity. Alpaca off the backboard. Vokes can't find the read. The net is open. Lil Nyquil, he can't hit it. It's off the post. That one, a tough break. One he's gonna want back for sure.
Oh yeah, Ignite, you can't miss those right now because this team, you got to take advantage of every opportunity you can get with mistakes, and they presented a big time opportunity for a goal there for Ignite, and unfortunately they weren't able to get to it. And but Ignite is still going for it here, and they still could score.
Yeah, definitely so. They've had a couple of good opportunities there. We just got to make the most of your opportunities and knock them in the back of the net. Tripwire trying to catch Blitz out just a little bit. Not going to happen. As a demo coming through, opening up some space. Vokes trying to find this read off the backboard. He can't touch it. Alpaca drops it down. Opportunity. Lil Nyquil can't. Tripwire trying to turn it in. Opportunity for a double. He can't find it. Alpaca trying to turn it around, but it's not going to go. Final seconds of regulation. The Wisps on the counterattack. Vokes going to put it in. He makes them pay, and the Wisps take the lead.
And that is a perfect example of what I just talked about with the mistakes. The Ignite team should have had a goal there, I think at least 2 different times, and unfortunately they weren't able to make it in, but Vokes made them pay for it. Vokes with the counter-offensive attack, scoring at 5 seconds left, 2-1.
Oh, but a huge miss here could lead to an opportunity for Ignite. Can they keep the ball up? This one still floating. Ignite gonna have to try to turn it. This one going off the backboard. Got to try to keep it up, but they cannot. And the Wisps are gonna hold on to win game 1. Mallow, and it feels like they just stole one away from Ignite.
Oh, I absolutely agree with that, Rocker Man. Like the Ignite team, they had the offensive pressure. They were there. Unfortunately, they just could not knock the ball in. And when it comes to, like I said, before, you're basically at this point you're low prospect teams, right? You're in the playoffs. You're low prospect teams at this point because you should be improving during the season, and to see those types of mistakes with those wide open goals, it's not a good thing. But remember, it is game one, and it's been a while since the Wisps have played, so they're just probably hopefully getting into the groove of things. So we might see some improvement on them. Ignite, they're only going to get better. So I can only see things going up from here, Rocker Man.
Yeah, hopefully so for both these teams' sake, as the Wisps are going to steal away game one, as we're going to have to try to work into game two, see if Ignite can bring it back. Like I said, they played well in that game one, just couldn't quite find their opportunities in the net. In this one, it's going to go a long way. Ignite can't connect, and Vokes is going to score.
Oh man, I don't know what that camera angle was there at the end, but on my screen anyway. But what a shot there by Vokes. Bardowski able to sneak that one in, and Ignite was not ready for that. And we're already 1-0, 7 seconds into this game. Ignite needs to answer quickly.
Yeah, they definitely do. And the one thing you can't have happen here if you're Ignite is don't let your mental go down. There could have been some nerves in game one potentially, that caused a few of those open net misses. And getting scored on early here in this game number two can definitely get in your head. But you got to try to stay solid here. It's a long series, longer than anything these guys have faced yet this season. So we're in the best of sevens. This one off the wall. Alpaca trying to find that touch. Can't get to a tripwire. Gonna dive up at that one. This one just floats out in midfield. Two Wisps. Tackers are gonna go at that one. Nike will try to get it down. This one's just floating here. Ace, not a lot of boost. The ball's just gonna hang there. If you can actually find a bump, Nike will gonna beat out Vokes. And a side flip comes through. The net is open. Can they finish? No, they can't again. That one, an open net miss. Not the easiest one to hit there with it right up against the post, but Mallow again, Ignite, their opportunities. You feel like everyone just has to go in the net, and right now they are hitting all post.
Yeah, and that's a tough one right there because it's really close to the goal, and at the same time, you gotta have some patience, and sometimes that just doesn't happen when you're super excited. You want to get that ball in, you want to tie that goal up or tie the game up, and it just doesn't happen. And then all of a sudden now you're facing a defensive pressure by, oh my gosh, what a save there by Tripwire from the Wisps on offense, as you're trying to just stick in there. And oh my goodness, Tripwire with the goal, sneaking it over the Wisp defense.
And despite all of this, Tripwire gonna come through, catching Ace out with a big bang over the top, and Ignite finally get to see one go in the back of the net.
Oh man, I can't believe this is happening. But we're tied up right now, 1-1, 3:15. Ignite now need to tighten this up, and of course, we're in playoffs, so now you get a timeout in between games. So when do you want to call that timeout if you want to? That's going to be the question. Obviously, it's too early to be thinking about that just yet, but you always want to keep it in your mind as a tactical, reason to. And right now, Ignite, they just need to keep that offensive pressure and starve the Wisps team, and I think they're going to be in good hands.
Yeah, they have not played too bad. The Wisps haven't quite looked like the Wisps right now so far. A couple of misses as Alpaca is going to find a 50 here. Ignite trying to get to this one. Going to bang this one high off the backboard. Opportunity for Tripwire, but just a little bit too far for him. This one, Demo going to come through. Nyquil going to pop this one up. Ignite trying to keep the pressure going. Opportunity here. Nyquil and Tripwire both go for that one. Going to allow the Wisps to get on a counterattack. Ace going to try to find that touch. Can't hit it though. This one popped up in the air. Alpaca trying to take control. Dribbling this one down. Nyquil now on the touch. Popping it up. Two players now. A lot of boost. Tripwire just waiting back for this one. So about 2 minutes remaining. Opportunity for a shot. Going to be pinched away. Blitz should be able to get back to that one and does. But Tripwire on the counter. Looking for the dunk there with folks. Able to get it just off to the side there. And about a minute 50 here. This one can be saved away. And both these teams still remain tied at one apiece.
Yeah, they are, and it's a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of boomer ball every now and then, but they're mostly keeping it close. Some good interruptions, keeping it close to ensure that no team gets a clear advantage. So now we're gonna have to start seeing demos like we just saw Tripwire there, but more on the offensive side for both of them. And what we'll see is we'll see a goal here shortly if that happens.
Yeah, this one actually floating off the backboard. Huge opportunity. Nyquil coming through. Just not able to put that one on target. Blitz and Vokes. We're waiting in the net. Vokes looking for that double. He's going to find it. Send it a long way. And
Oh, no.
Ignite barely able to get back at that one on the goal line. As we're now under a minute remaining. Ignite trying to tie this series up. If they can get a win here in game 2. It felt like they had that game 1 in the bag. Just so many misses. And then Wisps able to capitalize as Blitz trying to find a redirect. Not going to hit that one on target though. Nice Tripwire sending this one in the Wisp zone. Vokes gonna get over the top of one. Nyquil gonna send this one back in. Ace taking control of the Nyquil again, right on that one. Gonna pop it up high for Ignite. 30 seconds now. In regulation, Tripwire coming through. 50 gonna happen. The net kind of open. Nyquil's gonna have to race back. That one just a little bit off there. He's able to clear it out momentarily, but Ace is coming through for the shot. That one saved on the goal line and gonna be cleared away.
Oh
my goodness, what a save there to keep this game tied at 1. But final seconds of regulation. Does someone have something before overtime? This one sent down by Ignite into the Wisp corner. Ace gonna take control. This one, Alpaca. Gonna be 50'd out by Ace. Ace trying to keep it going. Tripwire gonna send it out. And Mallow, we have overtime somehow, some way.
Oh my goodness, a lot of novice moments in that regulation there. But we're into overtime now, and you cannot make a mistake here. You don't want to go down right now. This is a crucial game as Nyquil gets a goal, sneaks it in there. Oh my goodness, caught the defense sleeping.
Yeah, Blitz and Vokes both go up, and Nyquil is there, and finally, Ignite are able to hit the open net there. He is gonna put it in, and Ignite is gonna tie this series up at 1 apiece, Mallow.
Oh man, this is exactly what I was hoping. Ignite, we're looking at it right now. The top players on both teams, that's who you want to look out for on both of them. You want to see Tripwire on the offensive doing his thing because he's been an extremely good goal scorer for the Ignite team. And for the Wisps, Vokes, you got to feed him. But now, if you're the Wisps, also at the same time, you want to see Ace step up because usually he's a good part of that team, and right now we're not seeing that. So, if you're a Wisp fan, you're gonna want to see Ace pick it up.
Yeah, definitely would love to see that. I think Vokes, again, definitely the best player on this Wisp team, stepping up big there. And Ignite, they did what they had to do in the last minute there, and they are able to tie this series up. So we head to game number 3 here on Beckwith Park, and we'll have to see who's going to take this advantage. Such a crucial game here. Both these teams very close, both 1-goal margins there in game 1 and game 2. Trading blows. We'll have to see if that continues here. Is Tripwire bumped a little bit by his teammate, but still able to get it out for a moment. This one gonna roll up. Nyquil racing back. This one off the backboard. Alpaca trying to get up to that one. Blitz quick to it. I'm gonna send it off to the side. There's Tripwire. Gonna send it by one. Finding a demo. Looking for the pass off the backboard. But Ace is going to clear that one out and send it down. He's giving chase to this one, popping up high, huge miss. Going underneath. Nyquil though, racing back on the defensive end. And if there's one thing, Mallow, that we can say about this Ignite team is their defense has been on point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's not even one particular person either. All of them have been doing their thing on defense to ensure that ball does not go into the goal. And one of the people that outside of Tripwire, like really. There's no particular person, like we talked about it in a different matchup earlier this week. There's no particular person that 100% sticks out all the time. You do have Tripwire on the offense, but when it comes to defense, all 3 of them do their part, and we are seeing it right now.
Yeah, definitely so. It's been working well for him so far. Tripwire in the air, got a little bit of boost to work with, taking it over the top and gonna find the double tap off the backboard. Tripwire sending it in.
Oh my. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Tripwire needing to do his thing on offense, able to carry it over the defense and just squeezing it up above the crossbar there, scoring it for the for the Ignite team, and they're up 1-0 with 3:25 remaining.
Yeah, that's such a huge shot right there. And like we mentioned, Tripwire is definitely the one to watch out for on this Ignite squad. He's able to triple that one all the way. Give his team the 1-0 lead here in game 3. Alpaca trying to dribble that one through. Nyquil able to send it down. Alpaca with a huge demo. Return demo comes through though. Could be a counterattack opportunity. This one's sent back down. Alpaca trying to control, but Vokes is waiting. He's shooting, but that one just off the post there. Close opportunity for the Wisps. As they're able to send this one back in the Ignite zone for a moment. As Ace gonna bang this one in. This one off the backboard. Nyquil trying to be the first one to it, but instead it's Ace trying to pop it up here. Gonna actually fake it underneath there. Not quite finding the touchdown, but it almost works. Nyquil can't connect. And the Wisps here, Mallow, what are you seeing from them? For me, it seems like they're getting a couple good opportunities, but I feel like they're a little bit hesitant.
Yeah, I don't think their confidence is there. I would agree with that. And the other part to it that I've seen is their boost management. It's not boost starving. It's just boost management. Their boost management isn't that great right now, and they need to figure out something with that because that has been their strong point against other teams, including the Genesis team. I noticed that during the regular season, but their boost management right now is not that great.
Yeah, that's definitely a big thing in Novice that often goes unnoticed is boost management. Is this one going towards the net, Vokes? They would race back at the last second there. There's some bumps coming through from Alpaca, but that's a big thing, especially as you get up into those higher leagues, is boost management is so key. If you can manage your boost, you can suffocate a lot of teams and keep the pressure on where you want it to be on the other team. And right now, the Wisps, that's what they did well in the regular season, but haven't done it so well so far. But this one can be saved away. Ignite again. The defense holding very strong here. Tripwire trying to pass that one out. It's going to be banged down. Nyquil has to race back towards the net there. Able to get it off to the corner. This one pops up. He's trying to get to it. Vokes dropping it down. Looking for Ace off the backboard. Could be a dangerous ball there. Backing up is Ignite, but Alpaca able to cut that one off and get it out as Nyquil diving in on this one. Going to find a big 50. This one sent down. Ace going to take it up. Nyquil in the air, challenging quick. This ball in the midfield, opportunity, gonna be shot just off wide. Vokes had one there, but couldn't quite put it in, and Mallow under a minute remaining. The Wisps, they're starting to put on a little bit of pressure, but Ignite's defense is still holding strong.
Yeah, the defense is definitely one of Ignite's strong points here, and you might hear it in other places where defense wins championships, and I partially agree when it comes to Rocket League because if you can't score against your opponent, you're not going to have a good chance of winning. So right here though, oh my goodness, that thing was wide open in front of the goal there. Dangerous ball. But the Wisps here, they got to figure out something because right now they're struggling on offense. If I'm not mistaken, well, I say that, but I look at their shots and they're 8 shots to 4. And they're just not able to do anything. I don't know what it is exactly they're doing wrong yet, but maybe it's not enough bumps and demos.
Yeah, maybe not, as they almost had a shot go in the final second there, but instead Ignite is going to stave them off there and hold on to that game 3 victory. And they find themselves up 2-1. And Mallow, to be honest here, they could have been up 3-0 in this series with the way with the way that game 1 went. All they had to do was hit a couple open nets, and this series could have been on major upset alert.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now they're still on upset alert right now, but the Wisps, they still have a timeout in their pocket, but they still haven't decided to take it yet. It looks like they might decide to take the entire 60 seconds here before they go into the next round as like a mini timeout. But yeah, the Wisps, they need to pick up the speed here. I think that's part of the problem. They're not as aggressive as I recall them being, and they're not able to control the boost. So they need to figure out how to grab those small boosts because like we just said before, boost management is a big thing, especially a novice. If you're getting boost starved, you need to know how to grab those small pads, drive around, and get in position. And both of those are difficult at the same time for some people or for some teams. So we'll see what they do here. What is this, game 4 or
Yeah,
game 3?
yeah, game
Game
4.
4. Yeah, so we'll see what they do here with game 4. And I fully suspect the timeout to come into play if the Wisps go down here.
Yeah, I would agree for sure here, but I know, like you said, they wanted to take that time in between this game, lock in, and remember what got them here, their aggression, and we'll have to see. I think they can definitely take it to Ignite here, but they just got to put the pressure on and got to be confident in themselves, because you can just tell there's no confidence on their end right now, or at least not as much as we saw in the regular season to get them to 18-0. But there's a big reason why they're 18-0, so you can't count them out quite yet. This is a long series here. Ignite only up 2-1 in this series. Need 4 to win. As a demo going to come through. That one off the post. And Blitz going to put it in. And there you go, Mallow. Just like you mentioned, a demo opens up a goal.
Are they listening to our stream or something? Because that's exactly what happened there. They knocked in some demos, adding that to the gameplay here, and you know it. We talked about it before, right? We talked about it. Grebsy talked about it. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So you don't want to get ahead of yourself. You don't want to let the mental get to you. Just go ahead and do your thing. Try to do some stuff. As we see a double commit there by Ignite, we'll see if it backfires on them. But you don't want to let anything get to you just yet.
Yeah, definitely so. It's a long series. It's best of sevens. I've heard a lot of people say that sometimes they're more mental than they are mechanical. You got to be able to lock in a long series like this, and you go with the punches. Is this one gonna go in the back of the net here? Alpaca puts it in to tie us up.
Yeah, and Ignite says, hey, we can do the demos on the offensive pressure too, and Alpaca able to get that pretty much wide open goal thanks to the demo by Tripwire there, and now we're tied up, 3:52 remaining.
Yeah, and a really good answer there from Ignite. Able to put that one in the back of the net as they're trying to add to more here, looking to take a commanding 3-1 series lead over the 18-0 Wisps. Is this one fired bottom right? Tripwire, perfect placement, puts it in.
He was able to sneak one in there. One of the Wisps guys was demoing, I think, their potential third, not remembering that Tripwire can easily try and sneak one in there, and that's exactly what he did. 2-1, Ignite, 3:40 left.
Ignite again, just looking so aggressive and trying to make this one happen here, give themselves a commanding 3-1 lead here. But the Wisps, they will not go quietly here. Give that good night. This one's blocked off to the side. Gonna be sent back in. Well, attempted to be sent back in. Not gonna go this time. Ace put it back towards the middle. Tripwire gonna find the touch there. Is this one sent down by Ignite off the backboard? Gonna find a 50. It's floating, folks. Awkward. Trying to get it around him. That one just off the post with a follow.
That's in.
Nyquil gonna put it bar down and in. And Ignite on the offense. Put her home.
Oh man, so close. Ace barely missed that touch there, and you know that was the touch that he needed to get to try and send that ball out, and Ignite was able to follow it up from that mistake, which is exactly what you need to do right now. They're up by 2, 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, they are up by 2, and after dropping down by 1 early in this game 3, you thought maybe the Wisps could tie this series up. They still definitely have an opportunity, but Ignite has clapped back and give themselves a 3-1 lead in this game. Trying to make it a 3-1 series lead as well. Tripwire into the corner. This one popped off to the side. Nyquil all over that one. A shot towards the net. Dangerous ball. But that one can be saved away for now. Is this one again out the backboard? Alpaca just gonna capitalize on the miss. Ignite is feeling themselves.
Oh yeah. Ignite do it. I should say Alpaca here at this point. That was a good 50 there by Alpaca, and able to follow up by his own touch and score the goal. Wisps, they do something here right now to answer and try and get back into this game.
Yeah, they definitely do, because Ignite is just running away with it. So much aggression, so much pressure, and they've got themselves a 4-1 lead here as they're just doing everything to this Wisp squad that seemed untouchable many times in the regular season, not a blemish to their loss record. And Ignite trying to be the first one to do just that. Is this one off to the side, opting for a demo attempt. Ignite still going to keep it in for a moment, folks. Sending it down. Ace not going to find that touch. Might work out as a fake, but Tripwire all over that one. It's off the backboard. Could be dangerous. An opportunity, but folks able to get back just in time. to save that one away as he's going to send this one down.
Oh,
Is it on? Not quite. Trying to find the follow-up. Not going to go this time. As that one would have been a huge one, but still Mallow. Some close opportunities on the Wisps end, and they just can't get one in, and they're still down by 3, a minute 30 remaining.
yeah, they are. And another thing they probably want to try and do here is keep it close and get some passing across the field, not just close to you, but across the field. Because as I say that, Alpaca is on the offense, scoring a goal by himself once again as he gets the hat trick in this game.
The Hattie coming through bottom right, and Ignite is all over them right now. And I mean, this is just kind of stunning, Mallow, to be honest with you. I mean, we know Ignite, they ran through the play-in tournament with 2 3-0 wins, but that second one was against, kind of a broken Spitfires team with a player playing on some insane ping that's just trying to survive there. And many people weren't sure how to count that one, if is Ignite the real deal. But I mean, right now they are looking very real.
Yeah, they are. I think that's going to be a shot on goal here. As Ace is able to score it in, that goal was wide open. Yeah, they're looking a lot different. And I will say, I played them earlier in the season, and they were a tough team. But I believe they had a slightly different lineup. But Tripwire was still there. I think Alpaca at least was definitely a newcomer there. Alpaca has definitely been a difference maker when it comes to this team. He is a very good second man and a potential even adjustable first man. But right now the Wisps, they need to figure out something, and if they don't call timeout on this, nice shot there and pass from the Wisp team from Ace to Blitz.
Yeah, and maybe find a little something here as Ace fires it off the backboard. Blitz is quicker to that ball, and that was the difference in the regular season, was that speed. And well, 34 seconds, 2 goals is not impossible, but they'd have to come back from quite a big deficit there. I believe 5-1 here. Can they find something in the final 30 seconds? Try to take it in. This one off the backboard. Opportunity. Nyquil gonna make a touch. Wisps trying to keep it in. This ball still floating there. Gonna be sent away. Alpaca on the dribble, taking it by everyone, trying to fire it in. He can't find it though, and this could lead to a counterattack. Ace trying to send it down off the corner, looking for the double. He finds it. Vokes again off the side, but Blitz not quite anywhere to be found there. A little too far back, and as this one floats up, that is all but gonna do it. Ignite looking for one more for the road there. They're not gonna find it, but what they will find, Mallow, is a commanding 3-1 lead against the 18-0 Wisps.
This is extremely surprising. I'm actually at a loss for words with that. But I stand corrected on Alpaca. Alpaca was actually drafted to the Ignite team, so I guess I did play them earlier in the season. But if you're the Wisp right now, you have got to take a timeout. I have not seen that come up yet. That is extremely surprising to me, Rockerman. What do you see that I'm not seeing so far that they need to do, they being the Wisps?
Yeah, he's asking. Sorry, he's asking about one per series in playoff. Wisp or Vokes is just confirming. All right, we'll grant them the timeout. Apologies there for a second, but they are gonna take their timeout here. So they're gonna get a minute to look things over. But yeah, I mean, Mallow, I said it before. I think the big difference is that the Wisps just didn't seem confident. I mean, maybe a little bit more so at the end of that last game, but really they just did not seem too confident in their abilities like we saw many times in the regular season. And I know you've played against the Wisps multiple times, being a division rival. Is that what you're seeing too? Is just look like confidence and speed is the big difference?
Well, I touched on it before. They do a lot of boost starving. So they do a lot of boost starving, and Ignite is beating them to that game. And the Wisps aren't able to manage the boost that they are able to get. And that's their biggest problem right now, is they're not able to grab those small pads, which are just as important if you're able to know where they are on the map. Because if you're not really familiar with the Rocket League layout, those small pads, those little what you call pennies. You might hear be referred to as pennies. They are actually laid out in a strategic way. So if you're not grabbing those, if you can't get the big boost in the corner and the sides, you will have a hard time, and that's kind of what I'm seeing with the Wisps here. So um, they need to either grab those small pads and work with what they get and get in position, or they need to get more aggressive on the offense, because I have seen that personally. They can be aggressive on offense. I think they may have slept on the Ignite team here.
Yeah, they may have, but there's no more sleeping to be had here as we're heading into game number 5. Ignite is 1 win away from pulling off the major upset, taking down the 18-0 Wisps here. As this one gonna flow right in, folks. Doing his best to put that one home, and they get it the first goal.
Yeah, you can see what happens when the majority of the team have, some boost. What a bump there by Blitz, actually. That bump by Blitz was everything for that goal, and that completely set up that 1-0 lead that the Wisps now have.
Yeah, definitely so. As the Wisps trying to add on, and they're trying Mallow to not meet the same fate as the last 18-0 team, the Krakens. As Blitz with a huge save on the goal line. Can they counterattack? They will, putting it in from disaster to success. Vokes finds a second.
Oh, man. All right, so now they're looking like the aggressive team that I saw during the regular season. They're not necessarily controlling the boost right now, but they're able to make those good touches, which is what you need also, and take advantage of any potential missed opportunities.
Yeah, definitely so. And they did just that there, as they have just come out all aggression right here. And Vokes has the Hattie. He is not going to go down quietly.
No, they're not. And 3-0 with barely 30 seconds into the game. We're seeing a completely different Wisps right now, and I think I don't know who made the talk, who said what, but it is working.
Yeah, definitely. So maybe Jarhead, the GM, hopped in there trying to will his team back in this one, and wow, what we saw right there in this first 45 seconds, that was a lot like the Wisps that we wanted to see. And right after a timeout like that, Mallow, I mean, it doesn't get much better than what you do right there. 3 goals in under a minute.
Yeah, no, that is a big time confidence booster on the Wisps side. And if you're the Ignite team, you just ignore it. You continue what you're doing, maybe make an adjustment, but just let things happen. Don't let it get to you, because the mental game, it's a game, especially in a Game 7 series here, or a best of 7 series here. So you don't want to get ahead of yourself and just let things happen. And also, if you're Ignite, if things get too out of control, as Blitz gets a pass from Ace and they score 4-0, you don't want to let it get to you yet, because you still have a timeout as well.
Yeah, you do. Is that one gonna be fired in? Ace to Blitz, and well, this is the Wisp team that we were looking at the beginning. And if you're Ignite, the main thing here is you got to stop this bleeding. Do not let the Wisps get going. They haven't really let them get going this entire series. And Wisps, really, the only game they won in that game 1, Ignite just missed so many open net goals. But the Wisps were able to counterattack and get that first win. But Ignite has won 3 in a row. But again, this is the 18-0 Wisps we're talking about. They are going to try to battle back. They've got 4 on the board here early in game 5. Is Vokes gonna put this one towards the net, off the post? Blitz coming through, gonna put it in. Another one on the board, and it's 5 goals already.
Oh man, Alpaca taking a little bit too much time there on that ball, and it did cost them there. That's the thing that could also happen when you get down like this. You lose that confidence. You don't go for balls that you went for previously, and you start to question, what am I doing? Am I doing the right thing here? And the answer is, do what you did before.
Yeah, I mean, they had the pressure. They were just being the aggressive team and making some insane saves. As that one is screamed down the Wisp zone, just a little bit off there. But yeah, they did have the pressure and the aggression. This one bounces off the post. Not gonna find that one on net quite yet there. And Ignite, again, you just gotta stem the bleeding. Even if you're not able to win this game, you can't let the Wisps continue with their momentum. Otherwise, they could be right back into this one real quick. This one gonna be sent down, fired towards the net. Tripwire on the last ditch effort, gonna make the touch. Gonna clear that one away. This one's sent down. Alpaca trying to find a 50 high off the backboard. This one gonna find a double tap. Oh no, Tripwire on the goal line. But this one, you can see it, Mallow. This aggression is unrelenting.
Oh yeah, it is. And here we are, a little under halfway here, and Vokes getting his 4th goal. You know, we didn't even mention him getting the hat trick, and the assists here by the Wisp team. They have participated in every single goal that has happened.
Yeah, they are passing. They are firing things off the backboard. They have all the aggression at Ignite. It seems like they've just been punched in the mouth here and don't know how to get back up. As they find themselves down 6-0 in Game 5. Wisps looking to get their 2nd win of the series. Blitz sending this one down. Got to make a last-ditch save. Good clear by Tripwire. Able to get in the corner, but the Wisps right back at it. Just putting the aggression on. Vokes dropping this one down towards the middle, but can be cleared away. As Ignite trying to find the counter. Not going to find that touch. This Nike will send this one down. And Mallow, the one thing I've noticed about this clear change in pace here is that the Wisps just seem like they're so much more comfortable at this fast pace, whereas Ignite is that's a clutch save on the goal line. Ignite just not quite able to get up to that same speed.
Yeah, the Ignite team was going fast before, but this is another whole level of fast. And you know, I mentioned it before. You're in the novice playoffs, and right now you're kind of almost low tier prospect when it comes to Nemesis at this point. So you're going to see some different gameplay when it comes to these playoff matches, and that's exactly what we're seeing here.
Yeah, definitely so. In the Wisps, with their season on the line, their perfect season on the line, they have turned it up a notch. As that one almost finds the back of the net. 40 seconds and counting here, and we'll have to see if Ignite can get any momentum. And I think depending on what happens in the next 40 seconds, next 30 seconds now, will tell us a lot about what's going to happen in the next game, as Ignite has a big decision to think about here. They're not able to get a goal. Is it timeout time for them to kind of kill this momentum? They're trying to fire one in there, going to be saved away as Vokes going to find a touch off the corner. Final seconds now. Ignite putting down the pressure here a little bit as Vokes going to take control, going to try to find this 50 off to the side. Going to be banged off the corner. And Wisps are going to take this game as once this ball hits the ground there, Nike will actually going to keep it up. Looking for one more possibly for Ignite on the road there. This one going to touch the ground, and now the big question I'll present it to you. Does Ignite take their timeout? Do you kill the momentum right in its tracks, or do you wait one more?
I would wait one more. Yeah, it's a 6-0, but you know, maybe they wasted all of their energy on that game to try and get back, right? So it's kind of a chess match here, and being down 6-0, you just say, okay, just let that one slide. They finally woke up. You know, they did 16 shots to our 4. It's fine. We had a great defense. We did 7 of them, 7 saves to their 3 saves. So, you know, we only had 1 on goal that should have went in. But, you know, if it's me, I would have been like, okay, I would have loved to have been able to get at least one of those shots on goal. You know, that's the only thing that they would be saying during this first initial match breakup or match timeout. I can't call it a timeout. It's the break in between the lobbies. But the offense on Ignite, I think they just need to step it up again.
Yeah, they definitely do, as they just got absolutely clobbered 16-4 in the shot department as the Wisps take that game 6-0, and now we're heading to Forbidden Temple. What kind of craziness do we have in store here, Mallow? Is it going to be the Wisps forcing a Game 7 to keep their undefeated season alive, or will it be Ignite pushing the upset all the way through?
Oh man, that's the thing about Forbidden Temple. You never know, man. And so it's going to be a great game here. I think. Hopefully the Ignite team, you know, get it together. Try to keep the ball close to them, pass it to each other, and get some offensive maneuver plays. As we see a demo there by Blitz.
Yeah, and the Wisps on their end. They're going to try to keep this pressure up. You already saw the demo, but look at the speed that they're trying to bring to this one. And the Wisps all over that one. It's Ignite. He's going to try to find a clear out. Can they counter now? Tripwire going to be bumped off. This one sent back in just a little bit off. But Alpaca forced to race over to the side here. And Ignite just really trying to get up to that speed. It just doesn't seem quite yet that they have it in them to be that same level of mechanical with that speed. And that's a big reason why the Wisps were where they were, as NyQuil gonna try to jump out of that one. Did not want that ball coming back in his net there. It's Ignite sending it down, trying to find the counter attack. And Valo, it might have to be a different play style with how aggressive the Wisps are from what Ignite was doing in the first couple games. To be honest with you, it seems like with how fast the Wisps are, maybe Ignite has to go into a counter attack play style.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They're not getting boost starved like I've seen in the past when it comes to, oh, what a pinch there by Blitz. Oh my goodness. Just gets it past the defense there, but the boost management now needs to be a thing by Ignite. Try not to use as much, but continue to try and boost starve Wisps at the same time.
Definitely so in that one, catching Ignite out on that one. And yeah, like I said, it's an interesting thing. The Wisps have been playing so fast in this last game and the start of this one that it almost seems like, you know, you're gonna have to find a counter attack to make them pay. But right now, it's the Wisps who find themselves in the lead here, trying to force a game 7, keep their undefeated season alive. This one across to Ace off the backboard, hard out there, but Blitz gonna find another touch, trying to stay with this one. NyQuil diving in, this ball floating up, folks, sending it towards the net there, and that one is gonna find its way through somehow.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow. I don't know how that made it through, but somehow it snuck through. Vokes with a great touch there. Oh man, Alpaca just barely missed, and it just bounces off the top of Tripwire's car. And at the same time, I don't know who it was in goal there from the Wisps, but luckily it didn't hit them either.
Yeah, definitely so. And the Wisps, just all the aggression is going their way as a demo gonna open up some space. It finds the back of the net. What a play there. Alpaca wipes the defense. Tripwire puts it home.
Oh, that's exactly what they needed to do there, was a demo. And, you know, Blitz wasn't ready for that. I think he expected Vokes to be there, and Vokes was just erased from the pitch. So here we are, 2-1. Ignite down by 1.
So Ignite able to bring that one back. Ace gonna be bumped off that ball. Ignite trying to get up to it. This one floating in their corner. You still see the speed and the confidence from the Wisps. They're just turning on every ball, sending it all back in. Vokes off the backboard. Dangerous, but that one can be saved away just in time by Ignite. As the Wisps keeping this ball in. Ace gonna grab that boost, Vokes. Can't quite connect. NyQuil trying to play high, but this weren't going for that. This one floating down. Such a dangerous ball. NyQuil gonna make the save.
Oh my
He's getting
goodness.
Boomba stomped in death, but still someone makes the save.
Oh,
And
no.
here comes Vokes, but another save comes through Tripwire. With this Ignite defense, they're holding on. But again, Valo, now we gotta see, can they counterattack?
Yeah, we got to see if they can do something with this, but it doesn't look like they do. They just kind of gave it back to the Wisps, but now they're on the offense. So we're gonna see what they do here. They definitely need to answer here soon, I think.
They're gonna have to find something. You only got 1:50 remaining here. The Wisps trying to battle back from a 3-1 deficit to force game 7 and keep their undefeated 18-0 season alive. Ignite looking for something, trying to tie this up and send it to OT. This ball popped up. 2 players from the Wisps to go. Can Ignite find this counter? That one gonna be a double commit from Ignite. NyQuil is able to get back to it and send it away for a moment. This one popped up. Alpaca trying to chase this one down, send it in the Wisp zone. Ball is up there. A good challenge by NyQuil, able to get it off to the side here. Ignite taking their time. Tripwire is up, but Ace all over that one. Able to send it. As here comes Blitz, shooting it towards the net. Alpaca gonna make the touch, able to clear it out here. Vokes coming through. Demos on the backside. Could open up some space here for Ignite to get out. But instead, they're going to be 50'd in. And Mallow, a minute remaining here in this game number 6. How does Ignite break through and tie this one up?
You know, they need to do an offensive push, but they need to pick up the bumps and demos here. Maybe some cross pitch plays here, or passes, I should say. Sorry, and catch the Wisp defense out of position.
We'll have to see if they can do that here as they're trying to find the counterattack. This one off the backboard. Misses come through. Alpaca trying to put it in, but Blitz with the clutch save on the goal line at the last second. Nyquil dropping it down. No boost. But Blitz gonna bail him out as this one bang down. And Ignite find another. This one in the midfield. It's Tripwire. He's flicking it up high towards the net, looking for the bump, but Vokes all over that one. Here comes Nyquil. He pops it up in the midfield, looking for some bumps, but the Wisps, they're able to get it away as we're down to the final 10 seconds of regulation. And Ignite tied and send us to OT. Or will we see game 7? This one off to the side. Ace sending it off the ceiling. Ignite gotta take it the length of the pitch. This one goes down, and Valo, we're going to game 7.
Oh man, I knew it was coming. Oh, we got a timeout by Ignite. I knew it was coming. I would have been even more surprised if they didn't. So Ignite's going to take their timeout here, which is definitely needed. Ignite need to talk this over, get that smooth buff activated, see what happens. Game 7 alert, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
Yeah, they're going to take the timeout, and they're going to take us to game 7. The Wisps battling all the way back here. And then, I mean, man, Mallow, I mean, the Wisps just look so much better in these last 2 games. It's just like, it was just night and day from this game to the last game we saw from the Wisps. I mean, Ignite, they did their best. They almost tied this one up, but the Wisps, I mean, just too strong.
Yeah, too strong here. But you know what? This was completely different from game 5 here, where they went down, 6-0. They kept it within 1. The shots, they were pretty close. The Ignite team had 5. I believe the Wisp team had 7 there. I didn't quite catch it there at the end, but we're here at the 60-second timeout here, and Ignite, they're going to talk things over. What do you think they're going to say?
Well, Mallow, if I'm Ignite here, we got to play confident. We have to get this first goal. If I'm on this squad, I played in a game 7 before in the grand finals. What I told my team, we actually were in the same position. We actually were down, or we were up 3-1, blew the 3-1 lead, got to game 7. I told my team, I said, we have to come with this first goal. Do not let them get it. And that's what you got to be talking about here if you're Ignite. Do not let them get this first goal. You need to put the pressure right back on them. I mean, game 7, it's anybody's ball game here, and you got to make it yours. That is the first thing that I want to see. And they just got to be confident. Don't let this Wisp team scare you. They've been undefeated in the regular season, but, there's only so many teams that can go perfect all the way. It's not very likely to happen. And Ignite, they've got to make it their own here as we're about to get into it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree with that statement. You want to score here early if you're Ignite. Keep that pressure on them. Try to make them mess up, because if you can try and capitalize on those mistakes, that's where you're gonna take over and take this series and pull up that absolute upset against a perfect 18-0 Wisps team.
Yeah, definitely so. And like I mentioned briefly, the last team to go 18-0 also got bounced in the first round. The Krakens going down a couple seasons ago. Ignite trying to make it one more, taking down the 18-0 Wisp, but can they do it? Or will the Wisp battle all the way back from down 3-1? Let's get things going here in game 7. See who comes out with this first goal is Nyquil at Ignite, trying to push this one in. Ball pushed off to the corner. Tripwire coming through on this one. Send this one to the backboard. Vokes all over that one. Tripwire trying to find the dunk, but not quite able to make it through. Ignite putting on the aggression here early, throwing this one off the backboard. Nyquil, he's diving in, able to get it just inside the Wisp zone. But this one is going to be cleared out. Ace now on the dribble. Bump attempt, but Tripwire all over that one. As Blitz, he's going to send it back in, trying to keep that one going. Ignite gonna send it to the corner here, trying to make something happen. Vokes gonna be flicked over the top of one. Ace coming through, send this one towards the net. Tripwire gonna have to make a clutch save on the goal line as Vokes pushing it in. And both these teams fighting for this first goal. Both have had a couple good attempts.
Yeah, they have, and this is looking a lot closer than the previous 2 games we've seen, and well, I guess technically almost even 3, but at least the previous 2. The Ignite team I see are actually pretty good at managing the boost and boost starving them. They just need to go and attack on offense here.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they're able to. As this one big dunk attempt coming through in the midfield. And it seems to me like Ignite has brought it back just a little bit. Maybe this timeout working to perfection for them. The Wisps don't seem as aggressive as they did in the last 2 games, or maybe that's just Ignite being able to adapt and challenge these balls. Here comes Vokes, firing it towards the net. Little Nyquil getting bumped, but he's going to make the save with a follow-up attempt. Going to go high off the backboard, still turning it around. Ace trying to fire it through. It's off the post. Here comes Vokes looking for it. He's going to slot it in bottom left.
Oh man, no one was able to challenge that ball going out right there, and I think that was the big kicker. And they were just flailing in the hole, being a little desperate there. And Alpaca unable to get that touch there to save it, and now the Wisps are finding themselves with the lead 1-0.
Yeah, they are. And Ignite, you got to find the answer. You don't find the first goal, but you have to find an answer back here. You have to find it quickly. They're playing solid here, but don't let the Wisps get right back to what they were doing the last couple games. As Nyquil on this one, trying to take it out. Gonna be 50 to cross by Ace. This one off the ceiling. Ignite trying to get it out. Alpaca can't touch. Nyquil can't touch. Vokes coming through. Allow Tripwire to bang this out, but the Wisps playing back, playing passive, dodging the demo is Ace, who's trying to take control, but this is a dangerous ball, actually. Tripwire gonna fire it across, not gonna go, though, as Ignite trying to put this pressure on. Blitz is up first, can't connect, neither can Alpaca. This Tripwire gonna send it around here. Vokes trying to get back to that one. Nyquil all over this one, popping this one up high. Ignite trying to get out to this one. Alpaca can't get to it. It's sent off the backboard here. Tripwire gonna make a touch. This ball could be dangerous. Blitz is gonna drop it in behind the defense. Ignite can't handle it, and it's 2-0 Wisps.
Oh man, I saw a big time break there for the Wisps. No one from Ignite was going for that ball, and the Wisps were able to take their time, which you don't want to give the Wisps time, and it shows right there. Now the Wisps were up 2-0. Ignite needs to answer right here, right now.
Oh, and that one, an open net. Vokes can't put it in. And Ignite, counting their lucky stars, it is not a 3-0 deficit. Still 2 minutes remaining, but they've got to find a way to battle back here. Ignite just not quite able to get this one through. The Wisps seeming so confident right now. As this one sent up high, a demo comes through. Alpaca forced to catch this one, trying to send it back. Tripwire gonna be erased. There is another one fired at net. Alpaca has to make a last-ditch save. As this one, again off the backboard, dangerous ball, but Tripwire, the Ignite defense coming up strong again. But Mallow with 1:30. It's not about the Ignite defense anymore. It's about the Ignite offense. Where is it?
Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned it before. The Wisp team, they're waiting for counterattacks, and so now the Ignite team just need to stop booming it. And what a pass there by Ace to Blitz as they get up 3-0 here. But like I was just saying, the Ignite team, they're booming it, and I think that's the issue right now is the Wisp team, they're waiting for counterattacks.
Yeah, they're making it happen. That was a huge pinch in the midfield and a good read by the Wisps, and now it's getting to very dangerous time here for Ignite. Down 3-0, under a minute. The underdogs here against the 18-0 Wisps. They're gonna need some sort of miracle to make it happen. This one's sent down. Blitz over the top of one. Trying to find a second. Nyquil gonna make a touch. Trying to find the control. This ball popped up. Tripwire sending it down. Looking for another touch. Not gonna find it. Nyquil looking for that block here. The seconds tick away. Every second is a second closer to victory for the Wisps here. Ignite needing every precious boost, every precious touch, every second, but the Wisps are just suffocating them right now. As this one sent out, sent in the corner. Vokes looking to give chase, finding a good 50. This one sent out. Nyquil gonna find the redirect, dropping it down. Alpaca gotta make something happen here. 30 seconds, firing this one towards the midfield. Not gonna go, but a demo comes through. Opportunity for a shot. It's gonna go off the post. Not gonna find its way through. And Ignite desperately trying here as this one floats up, but the Wisps are playing keep away. Missed touch comes through, and this one heading down and finding a dagger with the hat trick. Blitz puts it home, and that one is gonna seal the deal.
Yeah, absolutely. There is no way of getting back from that now. Blitz getting his hat trick for this game. Wisps going up 4-0. Congratulations to the Wisps catching back up, getting into this series with that timeout. I think that timeout for the Wisps was huge because that allowed them some momentum. And Rockerman, you could say, well, maybe the Ignite team should have taken it one game earlier to stop that momentum, but they did not. And would it have been a savior? Who knows? But congratulations to the Wisps.
Yeah, the Wisps are gonna take it home. They're surviving, keeping their undefeated season going. And man, Mallow, it was such a crazy series. You thought Ignite was gonna be able to pull the upset. They were so close to almost even pulling the sweep there. I mean, that game one was so close, but I mean that is just experience, and that just shows you why this team was 18-0.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because that team, especially Vokes, he's not uh not familiar with this. He's very familiar with this situation. So that Wisp team, they could easily have that timeout to say, "Hey, look, guys, we've been here before. At least I have. If you're Vokes, um, we've been here before, so I know what's going on here. Just take your time, take a breather. We got plenty of games to go. Remember, this isn't a best of five. This is a best of seven, and so." The Wisps, they started going hardcore, seeing if that's what they needed to do there was pick up that pace, and the Ignite team, they couldn't keep up with that, and that's what led to their downfall.
Yeah, definitely so. And well, we're gonna definitely be seeing a lot more from those fellas over there. As I mean, man, Mallow, I mean, 18-0, now 19-0. They are gonna be able to keep things going here. But yeah, we are gonna have to get moving because we have got the next matchup coming our way just shortly. We are gonna be heading to the Prospect League where we have the Melons taking on the Vipers. It is going to be a good one, folks. So make sure you guys stick around, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes.